Hello, how are you? Today, I, an American, am going to react to this video, why Europeans hate the taste of American chocolate. I would assume it's just because it tastes like candle wax, but maybe there's some other deeper reason. Some American chocolate is good, in my opinion. You gotta pay a little extra for it, but let's see.
While us Americans are mindlessly chomping away at our Hershey's bars, some of our friends across the pond are kind of disgusted by what we're eating, even though it tastes good to us. They've said American chocolate tastes like...
How can it taste any different? We're all just people, you know? Just eat it.
Vomit?
Yeah, it tastes like wax. Who cares?
And earwax. Called it sour and bitter.
Earwax?
In some parts, it's a matter of taste.
Sour?
Yes. But actually, there's a scientific reason why Europeans...
Dark chocolate tastes bitter. Sour, though?
think our chocolate tastes so bad.
So bad.
First, we have to do some debunking.
If you look at the nutrition labels of a European Cadbury bar and an American Hershey bar, this is what you'll see. All the ingredients listed by net weight. You may note that in the Hershey's bar, the first ingredient is sugar, but in the Cadbury bar, the first ingredient is milk.
Interesting.
So you might think, bingo, there's the reason some
Wouldn't that make it taste less bitter?
Europeans say American chocolate is sickly sweet.
I do
But
like Cadbury chocolate.
actually, you'd be wrong. In the US, milk is weighed in its evaporated, powdered state, while in the UK, it's weighed as a liquid. So actually, they're pretty much the same. The other main difference is that they use different emulsifiers, which smooth the chocolate. Hershey's uses soy lecithin.
I would say Cadbury's better. Just between these two, definitely Cadbury. From what I've been sent and stuff.
And
But I don't think it tastes that different. It's just like a little bit better.
PGPR, while Cadbury uses E442 and E476.
Neither sound
Again,
good.
this seems like a big difference. But actually, E476 is just the European name for PGPR. Wow, that's a mouthful. Another common argument you might hear is that there's a different amount of cocoa in American versus European bars. The US
That's
has
not
a
it either.
requirement for 10%, while EU law
That's it.
dictates that it must be at least 30% cocoa. US law says that 10% can only be cocoa powder, but the EU's 30% contains cocoa solids, aka both cocoa powder and cocoa butter. So again, they end up being pretty much the same.
Really? So that's a myth. Okay, I always heard that America had like less cocoa, whatever, but that's kind of a myth, huh?
You might be starting to think
So
that
what is it?
this is hopeless. They're practically the same chocolate.
But these theories are focusing on the wrong ingredients. Let's now shift our attention to the most important
Whatever that
ingredient,
is, it looks good.
Milton Hershey. It was 1894 when 37-year-old candy manufacturer Milton Hershey decided to produce sweet chocolate as a coating for his caramels. It was a novel concept for the day, considering that milk chocolate was a rare treat for the rich and famous. Before this time, the intensive production process just wasn't possible on a large scale. But Hershey found inspiration from Henry Ford's production line and decided to apply that process to chocolate. It was a
That makes
smashing
sense.
success, and their flagship factory in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, became the Hershey Chocolate
What a time to be alive. We're just applying the assembly line to any production. Instantly made you a huge success.
Company. In 1900, the company began producing milk chocolate in bars, wafers, and other shapes. With mass production, Hershey was able to lower the per unit cost and make milk chocolate for cheap.
From what to what? I want to know how much did he lower it? Probably
Hershey had been competing with other
shoot
chocolate
ton.
companies to have the cheapest chocolate bar in stores, and therefore the most accessible. Being a savvy businessman, he knew that increasing the quality or flavor would result in slim profit margins. So he decided to focus on the back end, aka the accumulation of ingredients. After he fine-tuned his cacao, he decided to focus on the next most important ingredient in a chocolate bar, the milk.
Okay.
And at the time, the early 1900s, fresh milk could not be legally stored for longer than 72 hours.
I don't like looking at udders.
That put a real cramp in Hershey's style, considering that after 72 hours, any unused milk had to be thrown out. And having fresh milk in chocolate meant that it couldn't be stored as long, even in bar form. So Hershey developed a process to do something to the milk in 1930. It's
What did
actually
you do
still
to
a
the
trade
milk?
secret to this day, but experts speculate that he created a secret process to alter the milk. It kept the milk fresh past 72 hours. It gave Hershey the edge to make the cheapest and most widely accessible milk chocolate.
But that process
Is it even milk chocolate at that point?
had an unexpected effect on the chocolate itself.
The secret method is known today as lipolysis.
What, it made it taste like crap?
In lipolysis,
I would expect that if you're messing with the milk.
enzymes introduced to milk break down fatty globules into smaller, more stable fat molecules. In order to kickstart this process, you first need butyric acid. It's a compound that partially sours the milk, but does give it greater shelf life. The resulting flavor is instantly recognizable. It's also found in Parmesan cheese and vomit. In particular,
It's found in vomit.
high quantities of it are found in baby's vomit.
Oh!
It's sour and bitter, sometimes in a good
is
way,
wrong with these people?
like pungent cheeses, and sometimes
I haven't eaten all day and I just lost my appetite.
in a bad way.
I thought I would
obviously.
gain appetite watching this.
It was first discovered in 1814 by French scientist Michael Chevrel, who was interested in finding the chemical responsible for the smell of butter that had gone bad. It's also the chemical responsible for that wet dog farmyard smell. It's secreted from dogs' anal glands, so try not to think of that next time you eat a Hershey's Kiss.
But don't worry, the butyric acid in chocolate is from milk.
Today, European chocolates are
Oh,
preserved
God.
for similar amounts of time by using different chemical preservatives and specially sealed plastic packaging.
Okay.
But Cadbury still recommends that their milk chocolate is consumed within a year of it being produced. So does Hershey, so by now they're pretty similar.
what's the
Lipolysis
difference?
allowed Hershey's chocolate to take a resounding lead in the American chocolate wars. But World War II is what caused the taste of this chocolate to conquer American palates. During
World
the
War II had a lot of effects.
war, Hershey's chocolate scored a coveted contract to make
Like, that's where the peanut butter and jelly sandwich came from.
military D rations for the
M&Ms.
American Army. By
Hershey's
1945,
chocolate.
Hershey was producing around 24 million bars a week for soldiers. These
Atomic bomb.
bars were a staple in the diets of the hundreds of thousands of soldiers away at war. They were so beloved that Hershey was awarded 5 Army-Navy E-Production Awards. In contrast, Cadbury, Hershey's biggest European competitor, offered up its factory to make airplane parts and manufacture wartime supplies. They didn't manufacture
Wow.
any food at all, and in fact, in Britain, chocolate was rationed.
This allowed
Damn. That's pretty cutthroat right there. That's cutthroat capitalism. Hey, you're taking all your resources and using them to help the war and the battle that our country is facing. Perfect time for me to sweep in and just make more chocolate. Put you out of business.
Hershey to establish a taste monopoly. Almost every American soldier came home wanting chocolate that tasted the same as the one they'd been eating for years.
Since all of the
See, I don't really get that because Cadbury, to me, I mean, I'm not an American soldier, but I still grew up eating Hershey's chocolate. And the Cadbury chocolate, it tastes less waxy. That's all it really is to me. It just tastes a little more smooth.
bars that Hershey made for the government used this top secret milk stabilization method. Soldiers got used to the unique taste. In fact, they got so used to it that it became their new normal. Because of the wild popularity of Hershey's post-World War II, other chocolate companies in the US added butyric acid to their chocolate to mimic the flavor of Hershey's
Wow.
that all the soldiers absolutely loved. It became a staple
That's
of American
insane.
commercial chocolate.
If you're in the US, like me, you probably don't even notice it when you're chowing down on that chocolate bar from CVS.
Today, lipolysis
No.
isn't necessary
I
due
don't eat a whole lot of chocolate.
to chemical advancements in food chemistry. Hershey still does it because the taste is what all of us know and love. Some smaller independent chocolate brands have stopped adding butyric acid to their chocolate in favor of marketing it as similar to European chocolates. With trends moving towards an appreciation of
it's kind of funny how marketing something as being more European instantly, it's like, oh, that must be a little more healthy, a little more organic.
of organic, pure foods, Hershey may not be at the top of the chocolate world much longer. But it's hard to beat their super cheap, super accessible chocolate. So don't expect it to go away anytime soon.
I do like some Hershey's Kisses.
But
Like the weird ones. Do
European-
you guys even have that? Do you guys have Hershey's Kisses?
Europeans certainly notice, since none of their chocolate companies use the lipolysis method or supplement their
Guess you
chocolate.
don't.
So on behalf of Americans, I am very sorry that our chocolate tastes terrible to you.
It's not your fault.
But it's not our fault.
Thanks so much for watching, and let us know if you've ever tasted anything weird in your chocolate. Make sure you like.
Honestly, though, Hershey's isn't even bad. I think Hershey's is pretty good. Now, that's because apparently I have this American, like, taste for acid. But try some of, like, go buy, like, a generic Easter Bunny, chocolate Easter Bunny. Blech. No, that's the worst. I would still eat it, but thank you to Cheddar. I love cheddar cheese and I love this channel. Go check them out, link down below. Get up to 1 million subs, guys. Just take all my subscribers. That'll put you right at 1 million. I'll see you guys tomorrow.